someone praises you a little too hard, and that night you can't sleep. You're drained, unlucky, somehow off. For 5,000 years, across 3 continents, people have had the same name for that feeling: the evil eye. The belief is simple and very old, that envy isn't only a feeling, that a jealous look can carry real weight and land on you. Here's where it comes from, how you'll know it's on you, and how every one of those cultures says to pull it off. Charms to guard against the eye go back roughly 5,000 years to the ancient Near East. In Mesopotamia, people already spoke of an eye of envy, a look that could sour the milk, wither a crop, sicken a child. And the Greeks didn't treat this as a peasant superstition. Their philosophers argued about how it actually worked. Plutarch described it almost as a weapon. Deadly rays, he wrote, that spring from the eye like poisoned darts from the person who envies you. Rome had a name for the envy behind it, invidia, and the charm they wore against it was called the fascinus. And that word outlived the belief. Fascinus, to cast a spell with a look, is exactly where our word fascinate comes from. To fascinate someone once meant to put the eye on them. The blue bead came later with glassmaking, more than 3,000 years ago. But why blue? Because around the Mediterranean, light eyes were rare, and a pale blue stare was the one people feared could carry the curse. The blue bead is a mirror. It shows the eye its own face. The same fear travels under different names. Learn them, and you can read its whole map. In Greece, it's the mati. Across Turkey and the Arab and Persian world, the nazar, from an Arabic word that simply means the gaze. In Spanish, and across Latin America, mal de ojo, the bad eye. And a hand often guards beside the eye, the hamsa, a palm with an eye at its center. Follow those names, and you trace a belt of cultures: the Mediterranean, the Middle East, Central and South Asia, North Africa, Latin America. But it isn't everywhere. On its own, it never took root in East Asia, in Native America, in most of sub-Saharan Africa. The evil eye is ancient, but it isn't quite universal. So how do the traditions say you'll know it's landed on you? Across very different cultures, the signs are strangely consistent. First, a sudden, heavy tiredness, the kind that drops on you for no reason and doesn't lift with rest. Headaches that begin right after you were noticed. A run of small bad luck. Dropped things, missed buses, money slipping through your fingers. Not spooky, not a sales pitch. Grounded, human, and a little mysterious. Let the short lines settle. Restlessness, broken sleep, and in many traditions, a strange, uncontrollable yawning during a cleansing, the tell that the eye was really there. But one detail matters more than any single symptom: the timing. The traditions point to the same fingerprint: trouble that starts right after attention, after you showed the new thing or got praised a little too warmly. Envy is the trigger, so the moment it begins is the clue. Every culture that fears the eye also carries a cure, and under all of them runs one logic: draw the bad energy into something that can hold it, then throw that thing away. The most famous is the egg. In the mal de ojo tradition, Someone passes a whole raw egg slowly over your body, head to feet, never lifting it, to soak up what clings to you. Then they crack it into a glass of water and read it. Cloudy strings, spikes, an eye shape rising in the yolk. That, the tradition says, is the eye, drawn out where you can finally see it. Then it's poured away from the house, and the trouble is meant to go with it. 3 nights running if the feeling won't lift. Salt is the second cure, a purifier for as long as anyone has kept records. A handful circled over the head, then dissolved under running water. Or a dish left by the door to catch whatever envy walks in. And the third is smoke. Incense, frankincense, dried herbs. The smoke passed around the body to lift the heaviness up and out. That one crossed most easily into everyday life. No mess, no waiting. Just a thread of smoke and an old intention. But the oldest wisdom here isn't about removal at all. It's about never getting hit in the first place. About never being hit in the first place. And the guard is the eye itself, worn on you, watching back. An eye that meets envy at the door and reflects it before it can settle. A small silver eye at the throat sits where most traditions place the front line, the chest. Or on the hand, the part of you most often seen and shaken and envied. A simple band that keeps the eye where the world can see it. Why silver? Because across these same cultures, silver is the metal of purity and reflection, which is why so many of these charms are silver, not gold. And if your eye ever cracks or goes missing, the tradition is oddly comforting. It means the charm took a hit that was meant for you. You don't mourn it. You thank it. And you wear another. 5,000 years, 3 continents, one stubborn human idea. That being envied can cost you something, and that you can guard against it. You don't have to believe it to feel the pull of it. The full guide, every sign, all 3 cleanses, and the charms people wear is linked below. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out